What's good, everybody? Welcome to the Irony of Gaming. And today I'm going to show you a quick update on my operations that I was working on for Schedule 1. So I ever since the mushroom update ended up happening, I started building up a few more operations, especially with the new drug that was out there with the shrooms. So I wanted to show you guys real quick on what I was working on. So I had bought a whole bunch of like materials and whatnot for it, and I got a bunch of storages just in case, just to store everything in here for what I need and weapons and whatnot. But let's go to sleep real quick, and then I'm gonna show you what the operation is doing. Oh yeah, it's got the new update too when it's like raining and all that stuff. So the first place that we're gonna end up going to is gonna go here. So this is where the new shroom business was at. At one point, I was going to. At one point, this was like a bunch of like mixer factories and whatnot. So I would put the last 5 on here so I can build like basically the ultimate drug. Where it has like I think like the limit of 8 type every like 8 different types of effects and whatnot. But then once the whole thing ended up happening with the shrooms, I just started deconstructing everything down and building the shrooms operation here. So the shrooms will always be here now. So I was gonna have the employees make it here, and then I'll just build the product. Now, the interesting thing about this is when I set this up to where I have another handler from another location show up to end up taking the final product when this is done. So when all of this is done, they're gonna put everything what they need to do, like drying it up. When it's all dried up and all gold with the gold star, it ends up right here in the brick press, and it'll turn into bricks, and then it'll go right here. Then what'll happen is there's this guy that you can only order like one employee within one of this location around here. So this area here, and he's gonna end up showing up. He's gonna walk all the way towards that location, pick up the brick. He's then gonna take the brick, right? And he's gonna end up putting it like somewhere around here, and he's probably gonna take this and place it around here or something like that. So everything will be interesting. Oh, that's really cool though. They did this little update where they got the umbrella. So I think all the NPCs have it, except for the workers, of course. He's just standing there. But yeah, that's basically what he's gonna do for the whole shrooms business thing. And then we're just gonna get the bricks, and then we're gonna give that to our dealers. So far, I did unlock all the dealers, so everything is going pretty well with that. And then I just pretty much was like giving them a whole bunch of supplies and whatever they need. I don't have to worry about the Benzies because I've dealt with them already. But yeah, so this is a full operation for me. Now we're gonna end up going towards the other location, which is the cannabis location. Well, at least one of them. We're going to one of them so far. So we're gonna head down here to the. I think this place is called the Bungalow or something like that, right? The Bungalow. So we'll go here, and as you can see, the employees are already working. They're taking all the stuff that's needed, put all the materials here, and I got like a whole bunch of purple Kush. What is it? The green crack stuff, the OG Kush, and the sour diesels. So I have a whole bunch of them set right here. I am going to put like what's it called? One of the AC units. I gotta put one of the AC units so I can turn up the heat, because the plants, when they have like a bunch of heat on them, they tend to grow faster. So I have to do something about that. I had like 3 in the other section of the shrooms, but the shrooms, they want cold weather. Well, they want it to be in a cold room so they could grow faster and whatnot. But when they're done, they go into this room here and they place a whole bunch of the stuff on the drying racks. When the drying rack is all gold, I'll have them put everything here in the brick press, and then they'll send the final product right here. Now, we used to have a whole bunch of it. I used to have like a lot of this here, but you know, I've been taking them and giving them to my dealers, and my dealers have just been selling them like hotcakes. But yeah, that's pretty much what's happening over here. So we're gonna head to the next location. This is the fastest way to go. So we're gonna end up going to the docks section. Go around there. Yeah, I got like a bunch of vehicles set up right there too. So yeah, we're gonna head towards the docks. Now this is one of my bigger operations where this is just Purple Kush, but I'm using the Purple Kush to generate like some ultimate effects. So I ended up moving a bunch of my other locations here. So you see them, they're all working in the warehouse section. But this is like one of the final locations over here. So I have them working on building the ultimate product, which I have. One of them here is called T-Virus. This is like the near completion version of it, and it just, you know, it just creates glowing zombies and stuff like that. It's hilarious. But I added more machines to it because ever since they did the update where they added 2 more people to the warehouse, I was able to complete the full mixing stations that I needed in order to create the ultimate cannabis product. But so that's the whole reason why I ended up moving those machines out and putting in the shrooms business within here. But whenever I want to do something with this, I'll just have them place whatever they need to place over here, and everything will be good. Now the operation is complete. Okay. Hey, don't push me. You did it, loser. Okay, anyways. So anyways, he put everything here, and you know, everything is happening nice and dandy over here. So that we're gonna get the other employee that's gonna be going around here. But this is all Purple Kush. It's gonna create the ultimate product. I already have like a bunch of locations here. You see, everything is like nicely hot. Some of them is a little bit green, but that's okay. But yeah, we got a whole bunch of products that they're gonna be taking from here, bro. Okay, guys. So there was like an issue with the pathing with this operation that I have here at the docks, but I ended up figuring it out. Turns out I had to move the mixing station in a better angle because I had it horizontal where the light switch was, but for some reason the AI just couldn't understand what was happening here, so it got all confused and it just didn't do anything. So I was sitting here trying to figure out exactly what was happening, but it's starting to make now it makes sense to the AI and everything is like cleaner now. But yeah, this is pretty much the going through the final products and whatnot. I might change up the ingredients here because something seems to not be changing it pretty well. I don't know why it's not doing what it usually does when I had moved it to the storage area. So I might have to change the order up again a little bit, because I think what I was trying to create was, where is it? I wonder, was it FEV? It might have been FEV, actually. I gotta figure it out because there's something wrong with the ingredients, because the same ingredients keeps coming out as the ultimate product, like once I put everything through here. So something is changing within it, but I'll be able to figure something out with that. I may add another different product in there, but it is what it is. But yeah, this is pretty much what I wanted to show you guys on here. So, you know, everybody's working, moving product to product on the line here, and then ultimately they'll just move the product here. when it's all done. I created something called Blue Diamond on this one right here. I'm not sure if it's going to go about the same thing again, but we'll see. Now, I thought that this was blue because at one point it was showing something on here, but it turns out there's like a maybe there's like a tinge of green in it. So, yeah, I guess I just mislabeled it, but it is what it is. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much what I wanted to show you on here. The way that I have my operation all set up. And this is like the meth thing right here. So when things are being moved towards here, when it's done doing what it's doing, then they just move the finished. I guess you could say they could say. I guess you could say they're moving the finished product here from the drying rack to here, and then if the meth is being done, the meth will be moved here. Then ultimately, it'll be moved all the way here, and then the whole process is being made. So you can see a whole line of products being moved around here. And it looks like we ran out of Coke. So we got to buy more Coke and whatnot. But this is just one of the operations like if I were to run out of the natural stuff that I was making in other areas, then I would go here to start making the super addiction stuff and getting that created while the rest of the natural stuff build up again. And then I'll be giving people this addiction stuff, so they'll be so addicted that they'll just end up buying anything, and then I'll just rinse and repeat. I'll use like the natural stuff as the deterrent, and then once they're buying up all the product from there and we're sold out, then we'll go into the more addictive stuff, get them re-addicted again, and repeat the process over and over and over again, and just making crazy bank. It's a crazy system that I came up with, but yeah, it's interesting. But yeah, that's pretty much it with this one here. Now we're gonna end up going towards the next operation here, which is going to be the farm area. Now I didn't activate anything yet with the farm. I was at some point because that's where the cocaine business is at, but also too I have it in a location where I have like a bunch of the mixing machines, and the mixing machines will just create more of them on there. One of the things with it though is, wait, am I going the right way though? I gotta go around. But one of the issues with it, well, it's not even really an issue. It's just I made some changes to it, so now I have to. So if I get the final product, I will have to move it to another, to one of the machines in the docks area, just to get the other product that I'm looking for. But everything is being built here. I haven't activated anything yet. I'm just waiting towards, when everything else is finished, I can just simply, go to this location and do what I got to do from here. But I used to have everything activated simultaneously, but that took up a lot of time, and it was just too much to manage at times because I would have to keep throwing money into these locations, paying everybody and whatnot. And I'm just like, I don't want to keep doing that. It didn't seem like it was like the most efficient thing to do. But they would have everything here. I think I have one of the employees too that when the truck shows up, they take the products from the truck, and then they put all this stuff right here. And then another employee is just gonna take this, ends up putting it here. Then another one's gonna move it here, and then it's just so on and so on until it's all stacked up. And then the operation could just keep going from there. Then they'll start up from here, place the products around here, and then everything will go where it needs to go. And it's like a whole entire, it's like kind of like a conveyor belt type of plan. See, everything goes here, then there, then this is the final location right here. And then when the product is done, they'll just place it right here, and then we're all done. It's a pretty cool looking. operation right here. Now, the main operation for cocaine, right? Now, I used to put the shrooms in this location as well, but we're going to be heading towards the manor, which is the mansion. So we're going to end up sleeping in there, and you're going to see how the operation works from here. So this is the area that you get when you beat the Benzies, when you blow them up. But I got this whole entire coke business happening over here. Bunch of cauldrons. Then the products will end up going here, turned into bricks, and they'll end up here as the final product. Yep. And, you know, we've made quite a bit, so we're pretty good with the money and whatnot. We just got to probably sell a bunch of, you know, just a few samples and whatnot, like a sample like in here, and then we'll get the ball rolling. But I'll place things into the vehicles. So when I put things in the vehicle, the employees automatically take things from the vehicles. They'll put it through here. We already got some people already moving in already. Still working. You know, they're working on things right here for the cocaine business over here. Now, what I'm planning to do though is, yeah, see, they're taking the products and they're moving it all here, so everything can be placed over here, and then eventually this will be all stacked up, and then everything is, you know, autonomous. Everything is just autonomous. I don't really have to do anything, and then until, you know, all this stuff is out, and then I just reorder it again. But yeah, I placed a lot of the other materials here as a backup, and then I'll just move them over here. So I'll just take like a bunch of these, and I'll just place it in here. I like to set up the whole location thing right for like the categories and whatnot. I like setting these up so I know exactly what to put in them, so I don't forget. So I could just take a bunch of these and... Is there another one right here? Yeah, it's another one right there. And we'll just do that. Then we got a whole bunch of them right here. So she's just going to take that product. She's just going to go in here for where the shrooms is. And she's just going to fill this whole place up. Got this whole location cold for the shrooms to grow. I might end up moving it. And I might just end up, like, you know, putting more cocaine leaves in here, so the cocaine business might just grow, since I already have the shrooms business over there. So I could just build, you know, I could just order one set of products for that location rather than it being here. But I don't know. I may leave it alone just because I have the whole operations happening over here. But here I can show you when I just go to sleep, and we're getting quite a bit of money almost each night and whatnot. But eventually they're gonna tell me, like, probably almost every 3 to 4 days. They're like, "Hey, we're out of products." Especially Leo. Is that his name? Leo? Yeah, Leo. Man, Leo has been selling things like crazy, man. Leo's been making me crazy money. And Molly too. Molly's like insane. But yeah, you can see them all working from here. It's pretty cool. I just like sitting here sometimes and just watching them work. Everything's gonna be placed here. I ended up building like a nice set over here. Everybody's well paid. Get the cauldrons ready. But what else? What else? I think there was another location that I was working on. I showed you the manor, the barn, and the location for the other stuff. Oh, yeah. So this is one that I was like planning on doing. it's like a small mini operation, but it's operated by myself. So in case I don't like, so while I'm like pretty much waiting for everybody else to, you know, get their stuff ready and finished, I can, you know, I can just basically do some other stuff while waiting and gaining a lot more money and whatnot. So I ended up getting into the, where is it? So it's this restaurant that I purchased, and so for so within. Are you high? Employee of the month right here, guys. Employee of the month. But yeah, I made a whole small operation. And I started making like some custom stuff like atomic blue and whatnot. Looks kind of blue. It gives like a kind of a bluish type of, you know, bluish type of color on whatnot. So I tend to make this sometimes. Like I'll just take the product from other locations or even take it from the dealers and just go about my business from there and just start experimenting with it. I made quite a few of them actually, but yeah, because all I gotta do is like either switch up this and switch this up, and then it becomes like a whole different type of product. So I created like a bunch of colored ones. I wanted to try and make the one like what is it? Like the really blue one from Breaking Bad. But I want to try and add a bit more effects to it before, you know, before making it that type of color, because I want to make that color like for all the other drugs. But turns out that I haven't figured it out yet on the color patterns for it, but eventually I will. But yeah, this is the small little operation that I made. So when I get a bunch of these, I don't know, I'll probably either sell it myself, or I'll just get the, you know, the dealers to take care of it. Where are you going? But yeah, that's pretty much what was happening. That's pretty much what I was doing. I was playing this game for quite some time, and I was just like, I was thinking like so many hours into this, but yeah, it's a pretty fun game. I'm looking forward to seeing what the other updates is gonna happen on there. I hear that we're gonna get like drivers and stuff like that to like really optimize our operations, and there's gonna be like a whole island and whatnot that they're gonna install into the game. So I can't wait to see that. But other than that, yeah, that was all I wanted to show you guys. Um, yeah, let me know what you think of the operation on there, and if you have some other interesting ones that you have made. But yeah, I'm out of here, guys. Catch you later.